Is it going? Is it running? I got a black screen on my preview. There it is. All right. Wasn't sure if that was working or not. All right. Happy Saturday, everybody. What's up, Christian? Oh, have a great live stream. Hopefully I get to watch near the end because I have work, and tomorrow I am seeing Dune Part 2. Am I going to watch it soon? I watched it. I did watch it yesterday. I'm hitting one of those moments where I'm a little behind on stuff, so I don't have a review or anything up for it, but I'll just tell you guys, it was awesome. I absolutely had a blast with Dune Part 2, man. Waiting. Hit 100 subs. Congratulations, Alice. What's up, D. Cole? How are you doing? What's up, Apex? Love and... I don't know what that was. Omni, big fan? Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's up, Rice Cake? Live stream has begun. The brain of Jen. Hello. I'm bored today. Well, hopefully we can fix that. Happy Saturday to you as well. What's up, Christian Palmer? How are you doing? Dark Car. Ginger's here. Horse is here. Nick, what's up? Hope you had a good week. Hopefully this doesn't get eaten by YouTube. Did you ever watch season 1 trailer for Volley Skies? I still have not watched the trailer. I apologize. I still have not. This week has been very, very, very busy. So I haven't even watched stuff that I personally want to watch as of late, just because I haven't had really any time. Oh, what's up, Dion? Renan, River Rock. You're all breathtaking. Oh, I thought you were like, you're all breathing. I was like, I hope so. You're all breathtaking. Thank you, River. That's so sweet. What's up, Kate? How are you doing? Val, good evening. What's up, Juan? I need that second Fallout trailer ASAP. I can't wait. I really want to see more about it too. I'm excited for that. Can't wait for a potential season 2 of the live-action Avatar. Likewise. Missed last week's stream. Good to be back. Well, welcome back. Watch more Hell of a Boss. I will every Friday. Like I said, I don't want to just run through it all and then have nothing to watch. Seeing Dune 2 in 6 hours with my cousin. I'm excited from all the great reviews. I really enjoyed it as well. Is there any update on Andor Season 2? Nothing new that I'm aware of. I hope you all are breathing indeed. Should be a given, one would think. I do have a trailer recommendation. Boy Kills the World. It's interesting. I feel like that came up the other day. I don't know. I feel like I saw something for that. Maybe it was, I think it popped up on my Twitter feed for a hot second. Maybe I'll check it. Maybe give it a look. Look forward to seeing your reaction to the wholesome brotherly reunion on this week's Shield. Yeah. Definitely. Oh man, what an episode. Thankfully I watched that on time. I was running behind. I watched that literally last night before I went to bed. Percy Jackson Season 2 is coming, that it is. Can't stay long, have fun, Omni, and chat. My birthday, P.S. Well, happy birthday, Sean. Enjoy your day. Really enjoyed Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Zuko and Iroh were my standouts. I think Sokka, honestly, for the whole cast, yes, I think all the scenes with Zuko and Iroh were great, but for a character that, I mean, I was most concerned about, I think, like Sokka, I think carried most of the scenes that he was in. And just, at least for me, I really, really thought he did a great job with that role. Oh, your birthday's on Monday. Well, happy early birthday. It's a mercenary. Some good vibes. I am doing well. Hope you are as well. Do we consider Dune 2 the greatest movie of all time? No, I don't. I definitely don't, but it was still a really good movie. I think if the live-action Atlas seasons 1 through 3 are a success, we'll get a live-action Kyoshi series. Oh, that would be pretty badass. I can't wait for the Kyoshi movie that's coming out. What's up, Sabersmith? I need hot toys to make one of those cloaked TK troopers in Bad Batch. The cool planet and the character designs. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I thought that was really wicked. Like, there's just that one little armor shake-up in that episode, and I thought it would look so cool. How's everybody feeling about the Cortana design for Halo Season 2 now that she's been on screen a few times? I'm not as bothered by it anymore, but does anyone think she looks a bit weird in close-ups? There's a part 2 to this, but I don't see it. God damn it, YouTube. What are you doing? Oh, here it is. I was going to say, if it ate it again. I think it's because of the Bennington face with Jen Taylor dubbing over, so in close-ups, Bennington's face kind of looks off. Also, possibly they moved from Taylor to Bennington faces together. I don't know. For me, I think it's just the nature of the creation they're going for. It's meant to be a little off-putting because the AI bits. I don't know. I do feel like there's something extra off about it compared to last season, though. I'm not exactly sure what to pin it on. It's somewhere in the face for me, and I don't think it's necessarily the design. I think it's necessarily the way it's meant to replicate that humanality, but it's not wholly coming through. I don't know. But yeah, I am definitely less bothered by it. After, like I said before, I'm sure the more we get to see it, the less it'll bother us. And for me right now, that is the case. I wasn't very off-put by it. There's something about the deadness of the eyes every now and then that just kind of gives me a couple of shivers in the spine, though. Totally missed last week, but I re-listened while I continued to game. Currently getting through Project Wingman after getting the buzz from watching Masters of the Air. You'll love Masters of the Air. Hopefully I have some time to check it out one of these days. Halo Season 2 has been fun for me. It's been a massive step up from the last season in my book. Will I be seeing Dune 2 this weekend? Yes, I have already seen Dune 2. But I just don't have a review for it yet. Let's see. Just finished episode 6 of Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2. The introduction of Toph. She's great. Glad to have her be a part of the main crew. Hell yeah, man. Toph is fantastic. Great character. I'm currently reading the Chronicles of the Avatar book series. Kyoshi Yangchen Roku's is coming soon. Oh, I didn't know they were doing one on Roku. That's awesome. I know a little bit about them, though I haven't read them firsthand. But I really want to get into them eventually. Actually read them for myself rather than reading the synopsis of all of the events. What's up, Angar? What I meant for my idea for the crossover between Hell of a Boss and Hasbin was an assassin, my YouTube app on the laptop, and it glitched. So I apologize if I stepped in spoiler territory. Oh, I don't know if you did or not, but if you did, I don't remember, so it's all good. No worries there. Hello there. It's Morbin time. What's up, Sketch? How are you doing? Sokka was fantastic too. Katara was my favorite. I mean, she was probably out of the whole gang. Her and Aang, I don't think they got much love overall as much as some other characters. And they really, and not like in a bad way, they're doing something very different with her in this. They really, I don't know, they really just sidelined her character in my eyes for a big bulk of it, but you know, I mostly was able to ignore it throughout. The new series Shogun has started very well, dude. Well worth the watch. I'm trying to find time to watch it. With the way things are going right now, I'm probably going to play massive catch-up throughout the week and then try to have maybe something out before episode 4 comes out. I don't think I'm going to... I was originally going to try to do it over the weekend and catch up for episode 3, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that off. So glad that they did the fish monster in the North Justice. Likewise, I'm glad they included that. The Princess Bride, I assume Bride is what you meant here, is my favorite movie of all time. So inspiring. Unless it is the Princess Pride, which I'm not familiar with. But Princess Bride, I agree, is a really, really fantastic movie. Episode 1 of The Ones Who Live was incredible. Your reaction was also great. Well, thank you. We got episode 2. Well, if you have AMC Plus, you have episode 2 tonight. And then everybody else gets it tomorrow. So, fucking busy-ass weekend, man. I took a 5-day weekend to play Final Fantasy VII, and I've only been able to play Final Fantasy VII for 2.5 hours so far, and it's destroying my soul. Did you see the trailer for that new horror movie, The Watchers? I have not. Have I seen the Mandalorian series? Well, obviously. And if you have, what was your favorite character from the whole series? I mean, from Mando, it would probably be Mando. I mean, there's plenty of characters that come over that are from other shows and other Star Wars projects, but yeah, I mean, I've got reactions to all of The Mandalorian on the channel, so if you haven't watched those, yeah, I watch everything Star Wars, so yeah, I definitely watch The Mandalorian. Until Hasbin, my season 2 finale reaction was my biggest video, and now I think it's like number 6 now. Live action, Avatar: The Last Airbender was pretty good. I think Jet and June were underutilized, but outside of that, a few other changes, I had a good time. Also, Fishzilla was cool to see in live action. I think they did that bit real well. I have to agree on June, but I disagree with Jet. I think we got actually quite a bit of Jet by comparison, and they managed to capture his entire deal quite well, in my book. I thought they did Jet real well with the way they changed up his story, though. Though I would have liked to see them throw down against him, though. Like, actually stand up against him a little bit more than what they did. But for what it was, they did a pretty good job. I love The Ones Who Live. My boy Rick Grimes is back. Yes, he is. It was cool seeing the Avatar: The Last Airbender writers take stuff added to the canon, like Korok's soul corruption, but they kind of leaned into the fan/meme interpretation of Kyoshi too hard, in my opinion. I kind of agree. Like, she was a little, like, unbridled. She was very, not as reserved as Kyoshi that we have seen. So, I don't know. I did see a couple people echo that very same sentiment, that they've seemingly mischaracterized Kyoshi a little bit. And I can kind of see that. I guess I'm a little salty because they still felt the need to get a new actress for the face of Cortana. Like Jen Taylor mocaps her in the game. All she needed last season was to be blue. Yeah, I don't know why they just don't do something like that, but I understand, but also I don't, but it is what it is, man. I know the reason they changed it was just because they wanted to have like a visual representation that a new team is in charge, so there's like a visual cut or distinction between seasons 1 and 2. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. You got Jen, so I don't know why they just don't use Jen. Obviously, I know she doesn't look like Cortana, but I don't know. It's whatever. There's very few ways you can go about it and get. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now, to be honest. I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. I'm just gonna move on from it. I don't know what to say about it at this point. Other than something's off about it. I can't exactly place it. I know it has something to do with the face. And I think it's most of it's just uncanny valleyness and the deadness of the visual performance at times. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire should be interesting. I hope so. Hope so, at least. What's up, Christina? Could finally catch a bit of the live stream. How are things in life? Busy. What's good and what absolutely sucks? What's good? Cats. The cats have been all great, except for the little pregnant one. But aside from that, She's still a little bit of a scaredy butt, but we're making progress slowly but surely. But yeah, I don't know. As far as sucks, not having any free time these last 2 weeks has sucked, but that should ease up in the next couple of weeks. I'll be out of town this coming Saturday. I'll be in DC for a convention. Me and a buddy of mine are going to Awesome Con for a day. And then the next weekend, we will be spending the whole weekend in Richmond for GalaxyCon. So that'll be fun. Any interest on checking out other series on YouTube called Murder Drones? Currently, no interest at all, but it's something that I will check out. I'll look into eventually, because they're not the only one that's mentioned that. But right now, I've got no, like, energy or bandwidth to branch out into other things at the moment. Let's see. It's great seeing Rick back. Dude, I have missed Rick. I cannot tell you how much I have. Let's see. I've started season 4 of the X-Men. I'm really loving it. Started season 9 Classic Who and started watching The Bear. Almost finished season 1. It's really, really good. You're just banging it through all these shows, Ginger. Good Lord. I love seeing your updates, though. You think we could see Daryl or Morgan in The Ones Who Live? Daryl? Hell no. That would make 0 sense. He's not anywhere near them right now. Morgan is quite possible. Quite possible. The Zuko-Iroh dynamic was a standout. I really like the additional Aang and Zuko conversation that they had after the Blue Spirit part. And overall, the fights in general were pretty well handled with the bending. I agree on all counts right there, man. All counts. Let's see. What's up, Raven? Saw Nimona on a vote, and it did poorly. Any chance to keep it on the list, or maybe get it as a special? Yeah, I mean, it's going to stay on the list. I don't really remove anything unless it continuously gets 0 votes. Or if I need space. But since I changed to poll maker, I don't really have to worry about removing things, because if I use the Patreon thing, there's a limit on how many I can include, but that's why I transitioned away from it. But, you know, I'm not going to take it off the list, but there's always a chance I might just check it out on a whim one day. But right now, I've got my schedule as it is at the moment, and I'm not really going to shift away from it unless something comes swinging in at the moment. But I do want to watch it. That is one of those movies I do want to watch. I got to find the time, bandwidth, and, you know, if they vote on it, you know, it just gets to slide into the slot that I already have dedicated for those kinds of things. But other than that, I just got to find a win that works. Seeing Zuko in JXK makes me want Manila. Oh, God. So is that what we're calling this little Kong thing? Zuko? Remember when they were going to do a live-action Powerpuff Girls? Man, what a time. Yeah, dude, I'm so glad that fell through. Which update of events that occurred after his departure do you think Rick will be surprised to find out about the most? Probably the fall of Alexandria, to be honest. I mean, that's going to be the one that hits the most. What happened to Alexandria? Hell, what happened to Hilltop? Hell, the entire Commonwealth thing. There's been some crazy shit that's happened since he's been gone. I'm going to see Dune tomorrow. Any good timestamps for a bathroom break? Not that I can remember any good track record or a marker for it, unfortunately. The Ones Who Lived was a highlight of TV for the week. I've been waiting for Rishon for ages. Great to see them back. Hell yeah. Probably that Rick has a son. That's a good point. He forgot. He doesn't know that. I forgot he doesn't know that. That would be a huge little nugget to reveal right there. Daryl, most likely not. Morgan, possible. Maybe Dion. Deadpool Wolverine needs to hurry up. I meant Bride. I assumed you meant Bride. I can't wait to see Rick's face upon knowing he has another son. He's going to be so happy but heartbroken to have lost that time with him. I really hope it has a good ending, man. I really hope there's a happy ending at the end of this, but I really don't feel like we're going to get one, but we'll see. Today I was on a walk alone, and then I saw 3 boys riding on a bike. They laughed at a girl because she was Mandarin. After that, I listened to their conversation and heard them talking about crime. What the fuck? Somebody needs to rile these kids up. Wrangle these kids up, not rile them up. They seem already riled up. Am I interested in that Star Wars show, The Acolyte? Yes, very. Hoping it's good. I want a Sith-centric show, and that's what we're getting. I'm so annoyed that I can't watch The Ones Who Live or Negan and Maggie show. The AMC Plus app isn't available on Sky Glass TV over here in the UK yet, and I don't know if there's any plans for it to be. God, man, they really need to figure that shit out. I can't imagine how infuriating that is. What's up, Lucas? Everything I see from Superman just makes me so excited for it. Me too. They also said, remember last week when we broke into the neighbor's chair and I almost got sent to jail? What the hell? Maybe stay away from those kids. Did you recognize Lily James when she appeared in The Iron Claw? No. I don't think so. The only thing she's been in that I've seen was 2012's Wrath of the Titans, and she was in the 2015 Cinderella, which I really barely remember. So yeah, I definitely did not recognize her. Would you prefer in the series to show up Morgul? I combined Morgan and Daryl there. Morgan, Daryl, Negan, Maggie, or Shane as a ghost. Force Ghost Shane. Dude, I would love it wouldn't make any sense, but I would love a Force Ghost Shane. Dude, that would be great. But I would imagine Morgan, because he's definitely got some beef with the CRM. Daryl would be cool, but I don't think it would make any sense. Negan and Maggie would also be cool, but I don't know if it would make any sense. But Morgan's probably our biggest bet. But if I had preference, I would love for like Negan to show up and be like, hey, I'm here to bust you out, and Rick just be fucking confused. Can't wait to watch The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2. Still have not seen a single episode of that one, though. Have I ever seen The Wheel of Time? I have not. Just want to set my expectations for Dune 2. How much action is there? There's quite a bit. Because some say epic, huge battles, like Lord of the Rings type stuff. Others say there's big stuff, but it's short-lived and doesn't last long. It is not as I wouldn't call it Lord of the Rings huge. Like there's a lot of action bits throughout it, but they're kind of like, I wouldn't say spark notes. They're just these sequences that pop up every now and then. There's no like long extended battle. Like there's no Helm's Deep. There's no whatever. You know, there's nothing like the Lord of the Rings where it's just like this whole thing is the battle for like the next 40 minutes or anything or like that. There's none of that. Like they're each these little like moments that pop up throughout the building of this narrative. Dixon for Reacher Season 2 is still on my mind, unfortunately. Stop watching The Walking Dead after Season 9. Can I watch The Ones Who Live and understand everything? Yeah, no, you'd be fine. Like as long as if you're caught up to when Rick disappears, then you'll be fine. Like there's nothing really that the show isn't going to also kind of explain to you that I feel like you're gonna miss out on. You know, so far, I think you're fine. They haven't really referenced anything at all, other than, you know, Michonne eventually goes out and looks for Rick. She leaves Alexandria and everybody behind to go try to find Rick. That's about all you really need to know. It's my favorite TV romantic couple of all time. It's a spoiler for some people I know who are watching a show that I know I've recommended. But I feel like it's a pretty obvious one if you've been around the channel for a long time and if you know about it. I'll just say. I won't say. Actually, I'm not going to say anything. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry about that, but I know there's some people in the chat that are watching the show. And from what I know from where they're at, it has not happened yet. Oh, it's definitely been alluded to, but it definitely hasn't happened yet. It's a live action show. Let's see. Yeah, what I meant with Jet. We got the point across well, but I did want to throw down with him because him versus Aang was a pretty cool fight. The concept of him in a fight, like misguided ally. I'm right there with you on that. You know, it was very easily resolved with Katara, but I get you. I would have loved that too, because the little fight that we did get hit with him and those random firebenders, they did a really good job pulling out, especially actually pulling off some of his hook sword choreography was really cool. Do you think that the game Monster Hunter deserves an anime or a reboot? And would you play the first 4 Devil May Cry games, but with Devil May Cry graphics? And how awesome would it be? I love Baby Yoda. So cute. Oh, if they remade the first 4 Devil May Cry games, but like at the level of DMC5, that would be fucking awesome. I would replay those all in a heartbeat. I have played all of the Devil May Cry games, except for DMC Devil May Cry. I refuse to play that. But as far as all the mainline games, I've played them. So that would be fucking awesome. As far as Monster Hunter, I'm not a huge Monster Hunter guy. I tried getting into whatever the last one was that came out a couple years ago, the big one, like the big console one. Forget what it was called. Tried playing a little bit. I just got bored with the grind real quick. As far as an anime or a reboot, I mean, an anime would probably be the better way to get me to get into it. Oh, hold on, did I get everything in there? Yeah, I got everything in there. About to start Holly, but I know absolute jack shit about it, except it was a game. Oh, maybe you meant Halo. Okay, looking at the keyboard, I think you meant Halo. I liked Final Fantasy despite the critique, and I knew nada about it. Things I should know going in. Well, just don't know anything. That's probably the best way you'll enjoy the show, is to not know anything. Just go for the ride. Let the show bring you in, because I can tell you, as a fan of the game, Halo Season 1 was mostly bad for me. They didn't really represent a lot of the things that I like about the games very well, other than some action sequences that come out throughout it. So I think you're probably better off not knowing anything about the game itself and just going into it. Season 2, though, is, in my book, a lot better, and as a fan, has gotten a lot better. They changed showrunners, writers, everybody behind the scenes of the show has pretty much been traded out between seasons 1 and 2. So, season 2, I've been I've been enjoying much more, both as a fan and as somebody who's been trying to be unbiased about it. What is the worst MCU film in my book? The worst one for me is probably... Thor: The Dark World still. I would have to say. What are my thoughts on Twisters? I mean, other than the fact that it exists, which I'm kind of surprised about, it looked fun. It looks like an interesting little campy little sequel to the OG, which I do love. But I mean, outside of that, I don't know. I thought it looked fun. If you changed charge it, hold up. If you were charged with casting a live-action God of War, who would you cast? Maybe just Christopher Judge, man. Just slather him up in ash and let the man do it. I think he could do that just fine. You know, just have it. I really don't see any reason why Chris Judge wouldn't be able to just be Kratos. I think that would be wicked. Ronan, what's up, man? How are you doing? Do you think they will still go to the library in Season 2? So far, I don't know. So far, they seem to have kept a lot of the big plot points while nodding to smaller ones. A lot happened at the library, so it's a lot to cut. I don't know. I don't know. I would hope so, but there was definitely some questions that they would need to kind of... They'd have to change and add some stuff now, because the stuff that they changed for Season 1 already, by definition, changes at least the way that Wan Shi Tong's relationship exists with them when he meets them for the first time at the library, because Zhao didn't go there. So then he's not, unless somebody else has abused knowledge from that place. Zhao was the one he was upset about. Zhao was the reason he buried the library. Zhao was the reason he started like being very guarded and mistrusting of humans. Zhao was the straw that broke his back. So like that got cut out. So I don't know what they're gonna do there. I hope they do it, because it's such a pivotal and huge cool thing. It's such a wicked plot point, but I don't know. I hope we still do it. Did you know that February 29th was Superman's birthday? I did. I did. What's the worst MCU film? Somebody else already asked that. Have I seen The Rings of Power? I have. I reacted to it on the channel. The Library was definitely my favorite from the original. Yes. Let's see. Iron Man 2. I enjoy Iron Man 2. Awesome sauce. What's the worst MCU character? I don't know. I don't know. There's way too many options. I'm gonna need more time than I have on the stream to think about something like that. What's up, Janine? When are you taking a break? That's a good question. I took 5 days off from work, and I still don't have a break. Yay! Let's see. Like, I don't need a ton of action. Dune is great because of the visuals and dialogue and characters, but I just hate when fights are overhyped in early reviews. Like, this shit is insane. Action is crazy. It is cool. Like, the action is really cool. It's just, it's not like these massive, overextended sequences, you know? Hope you see Hasbin Hella Boss fans there. I will for sure, because I definitely will, I'm sure. Because at GalaxyCon, the voice actors, a bunch of the Hasbin voice actors are there. The voice actors for Nifty, Valentino, Angel, Charlie, Cherry Bomb, and shit, I'm missing one. And Alistair are all there. So there's probably going to be quite a few. The Ones Who Lived has hyped me up about zombies again, so I'm going to do a second run through of the Days Gone because of it. I'm telling you, story-wise, gameplay-wise, everything, it's a masterpiece. One of these days, if I ever have time, I will check it out. By the way, last week when I was talking about which projects Katie O'Brien was in, she was in The Mandalorian. That she was. That's what I know her from. That's where I know her from. It's the first thing I think I've seen her in. I've seen the shows I'm Not Okay With This or The End of the Fucking World. I've not seen either of those. If you directed a movie, who's your go-to actor and actress you would cast? I would probably go for... Depends on what it is, but I feel like if I wanted to make a movie around like an actor and actress, I mean, I'd probably go with someone like Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt or Karen Gillan. Miss the good times. I'm asleep. Goodbye. Hope the stream won't end up bad. Hopefully it doesn't as well. Thanks for stopping in, Alice. Get some rest. What are your thoughts on the casting of Abby for season 2 of The Last of Us? I mean, I think she looks the part as long as she bulks up a little bit. She's a little bit of a twig, but outside of that, I mean, like she's got like the right look, I think, for the character. She's got I don't know. Other than that, like I just the only thing is Abby's like a physical force, and you know, I don't know, but there's plenty of time before they start shooting, so I'm wondering if they're gonna have her like bulk the hell up for Abby. Would you watch a Final Fantasy anime and a Sora from Kingdom Hearts made a cameo in the season finale? And Kingdom Hearts would make an interesting season 2. Well, it wouldn't work that way. You couldn't do it that way and it actually makes sense with Kingdom Hearts. You would have to first... Well, you can't even do it the other way around either, because the Final Fantasy characters and the way they function in the Kingdom Hearts universe are not representations of their actual Final Fantasy counterparts in most cases. But I would watch either. You know, there's been a couple of Final Fantasy animes that I have watched, but it would just depend, because you can't just do Final Fantasy the anime, because they're all different. They're all different universes, different timelines, different everything. So you'd have to devote yourself to one of the specific games in order to make that work. Hope I'm not spoiling the new Empire with this TV spawn, but at one point Godzilla and Kong are running together. Kong decided to jump onto Godzilla's spiky back and tried to horseback ride him. That doesn't sound like a very good plan. That doesn't sound like a smart a smart maneuver, considering. I mean, it probably looks cool, but like logistically, it doesn't sound like a smart move Kong made. Now, you know, I'm bad at geography, so when they say they in Pennsylvania and they showed the map of the CRM and said Boston, I'm supposed to drive to Canada in 2 weeks. That good for GPS? Well, there's multiple CRM locations, right? One of them is in Boston. The secret one is in Pennsylvania. That's how I understood it. I don't know, though. I'm confused about the locations, because there's Portland, Boston, I think, and then there's the one in Pennsylvania. And what I understood was the one in Pennsylvania was the one that was secret, but I don't know. Have I seen Shadow and Bone? I have not. I agree. Hated No. Second season of I'm Not Okay. What are your top 3 Disney movies? Lilo and Stitch, The Lion King, and then probably The Emperor's New Groove. Still mad that Netflix canceled Daybreak. I didn't even hear about that one, unfortunately. Die Hard 3 on Monday. That is currently the plan. Just found out they're doing another Crow. I'm so out of the loop. Real life dramas about Makoko and Lagos got fiction beat right now. Yeah, they've been trying to. I mean, they've been working on a Crow movie, a Crow reboot for like 10 years. And they finally released photos of whatever the hell it is that they're working on. I'll tell you, just looking at it, it's giving me Jared Leto's Joker vibes, and I don't know if I'm here for it. It don't look like The Crow to me, so like I don't know. Well, we'll wait and I'll give it until a trailer comes out, but right now I don't know. I actually stopped watching Supernatural mid-season 2, not even mid. Got 4 episodes to go, but stopped to watch Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then ended up watching The Bear. Hey, I can't blame you there. Rick doesn't know about the death of his friends. I hope I didn't spoil anything. What is a live-action adaptation of an animation you think could actually do well? It is yet to be done, but you would think a live-action Death Note would be really easy to do. Netflix. The fuck? How do you fuck that up? But, the Duffer Brothers, that is their next project, actually, if I remember right. Once they're done with Stranger Things, the next thing they're working on is a live-action Death Note series, which is going to be fun, I hope. Because, that should be so easy to do. So easy to pull off. Other than that, I would love a live-action Gargoyles, you know? That would be awesome. Happy March break. Did you get hella Herschel vibes from Okafor? Not really. They said it's a love story, so I think we will get a happy ending. I don't think Rick gave up shit. He was playing chess because his family was threatened. No, I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to now that I'm thinking about it. Gave up. I mean, I don't know. By the end of it, I don't know. He didn't give up necessarily. He realized that being there was better way of protecting them. Once he learned what he needed to learn, that was how I took it. That he was being involved was helping them. He gave in to what Okafor was selling. But I don't know. Still sad that Superman and Lois is ending after 4 seasons. Hopefully it's a banger final season. Am I a Harry Potter fan? Yes. Still waiting for season 3 of Superman and Lois. It sucks. Good God, man. What the hell? On next. I'm for a Force Ghost Shane as well. Still need an Alita Battle Angel 2 movie. Still never saw the other one. So Wicked has me curious despite not being the biggest fan of musicals, but I love Cynthia, but Ariana Grande, I feel like one or the other needs to go make their pair work. I don't know. Sell me on this. I love the musical. I love the stage production. I love this book. So it's probably in my top 3 most anticipated movies of this year. So I'm probably a little biased because I think the story and the music is epic as fuck. So I couldn't care less who was in whatever role because I was going to see it no matter what. How's your day this morning? It's doing good. Don't have Max from the UK. God damn it, man. They really, God, can't believe it, dude. You ever got the chance to see Timothée Chalamet's Wonka? No, I have not yet. Every song from that movie is still stuck in my head, rent-free, just like Hasbin Hotel. When Michonne left, I did too. I was pickup of the story for me as easily. I feel you there. Did you like the performance of Joseph Morgan? I haven't watched Halo, but I'm a great fan of his. Oh yeah, he's doing a great job as Ackerson. He's doing a really good job at that. Is it an anime or live action show? I did answer that one earlier. Harlivy or Chaggy in terms of TV lesbian couples? I think, damn, they're both really good, but Charlie and Vaggie is just so wholesome. So is Harlivy at times. Obviously, there's a lot more. There's a lot more issues there within their world and even their relationship at times. They work through them all, but the little hiccups that Vaggie and Charlie have are so inconsequential at the end of the day. They're just so sappy for each other. I love it. I'm probably going to go with Shaggy. Have I ever watched Gotham on Fox? I have. I had a whole review and rant about the finale on the channel. Anya was Lita in Dune 3. It's going to be good. That's kind of a spoiler. I was flabbergasted when I saw her in Dune 2. Great adaptation. 3 episodes left in Friends Season 5. Quick thoughts. Ross choosing to stay friends with Rachel over staying with Emily. Yes. Chandler and Monica. Yes. Phoebe and the babies. Yes. More. Yeah. Love it. It's a really good season. It really is. Who are your major standouts in Dune Part 2 without spoiling it? As far as like performances go, Austin Butler. Jesus. Dude's got some range. On top of that, Timothée Chalamet. Like, you know, he was fine in the first movie, but he owns it in this one. He really does. Those two major standouts in the movie to me. Ali equals hello. I figured as much. Gotten used to your track record of your typos. Love your videos. My birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Love your videos. Well, thank you, Angel. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you do, and hope you have a good birthday tomorrow. Who's your favorite Game of Thrones character? That would be one of the most basic of answers, but Mr. Jon Snow is my favorite character. What's up, Anthony? How are you doing? Have I watched Vampire Diaries? I've seen the first episode when it came out. And that was the only episode I have ever seen. Did Mad Max Fury Road win any of the polls on Patreon? It did not. It lost by 3 votes. 3 votes this month. It was leading for a time. It was the #1 pick for a time, but it lost out by 3 votes this time around. I've been enjoying Halo as a series despite not knowing anything of the games, and it's probably better that way. I agree. You are probably more prone to enjoying the show if you do not know the games. I know you probably watched in your own time, but I'd love to see you watch the extended versions of Lord of the Rings on the channel. I mean, I don't know. Would that even be worth commentating on if I've seen them a bunch? I've seen them. It's not even like I haven't seen them in a while. I watched them like a few months ago. So they're still pretty fresh. I just heard The Last of Us Season 2 is coming out next year, and that Catherine O'Hara is going to be in it. I'm already excited. Yes, they did announce that. I did see that. Do I miss the Arrowverse? I do. I do. Ooh. Even though it, I don't know. I miss, even though it was, a lot of the times it was more missed than hit in these later seasons. I still miss spending time with those characters and those actors, you know, in those roles, that world. I miss that world, even if the shows kind of weren't what they used to be by the end of it all. I still miss it. Isn't Thor: The Dark World worse than Love and Thunder, or vice versa? It just depends. I would probably still go with Dark World. I don't know, man. Thor: Love and Thunder might be more entertaining to watch than Dark World, but I think Dark World is a better movie than Love and Thunder, if that makes sense. So even though I think Love and Thunder is probably a worse movie, I'd rather watch Love and Thunder than watch The Dark World again, if that makes any sense. What's up, Pink Sun? How are you doing? For me, Love and Thunder was the worst. I at least enjoyed what Dark World was going for. Love and Thunder was such a mess involving tone, storytelling, villains, and everything else. See, I'm torn. It was between those two movies. For me, it was between those two. I very much want a live-action Judge Kratos. My God, yeah. I don't see a good reason that he couldn't play the character, you know. John Pertwee is the one with Unagi. That he is. That he is. Oh, what was it? I used to know this, what that martial art is actually called, but I don't remember it anymore. Also, Ross has been unhinged this season. Like, after the Emily stuff, bro has been losing it. The amount of cringe and outbursts has increased dramatically, and I love it, especially with him having to take off work. Yes! Yeah, him getting... I'm gonna get... Oh, yeah. That whole little bit is great. Ah, salmon skin roll. Hell, it looks like they can skip at least 5 of the 20 episodes from season 2. At this point, kinda, for the most part. I don't think the library was cut out. It's not even part of book 1. Just because we saw the owl in season 1 doesn't mean it might be cut out. There's literally 2 more episodes following it. Well, the reason we're saying that, or at least the reason I'm saying that, is they didn't set it up. It was set up in season 1. Zhao got the information he got about the moon spirits and the lion turtles and how to take out the moon and all of that from the library. And it's because Zhao went to the library that Wan Shitong refused to, or at least initially refused, to help Aang and his entire squad when they arrived. Because the last time a human was there, it was misused to attack the Water Tribe. So, you know, it was Zhao's involvement there that made them even have to tiptoe once they arrived. Now, could Wan Shitong, even though he appeared in the spirit world, still be there? Sure. Even though, to me, that's a huge gap because he's its protector. He's its steward. So if he's there, he's not there protecting it. So it could definitely still be there. But the way that they introduce certain elements here, I don't know. Like, it feels a little out of place. So all we would learn once we go there, obviously, is what we learned in the show, though, is about the eclipse, and that's if that is still a thing that is going to happen. But the device they used there to calculate the return of the eclipse, you know, Ozai's got back at his place to calculate the return of the comet. So that feels, it just, like, a lot of the elements of the library have been shotgunned into different aspects of season 1 already. So I don't know what different or new they can do to keep that set piece, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Well, who knows? They could do something wholly different with it. We are now in Women's History Month, Omni. That we are. Oh, honey, that quiet, dead stare after I asked about a break. Go get a hug, please. The hugs don't do anything anymore. The action is crazy, though, in Dune. Yes, when it does happen, it is really good. Childhood, my first anime that I watched was Bakugan and Pokemon. The first anime, technically, I ever watched was Speed Racer. After that, it was Dragon Ball. The OG. I couldn't get over what Ben Kingsley was trying to be. To break that screw and told my daughter to fuck off, not in those terms, but with the inflection yesterday, cause sometimes Ben Kingsley was trying to be. Are you thinking of Iron Man 3? Ben Kingsley wasn't in Iron Man 2. Are we talking about the same thing still? I don't know. I'm trying to remember where certain conversations were at the time. I think, were you the one that said Iron Man 2? Yeah, you said Iron Man 2. Ben Kingsley wasn't in Iron Man 2. So, I'm just trying to make sure I'm following the conversation. What's your childhood or first anime? Actually, good for me. I just mentioned that. I think Friends might be the best sitcom I've ever seen when it comes to the twists. Like, things will just happen sometimes and catch you off guard. Like, what the fuck? No way. What? I love it. It is 1000% my favorite sitcom. What's up, Typical? How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Doing okay overall. Did you see any of the SAG Awards? I have not actually. I love Pedro's speech. It was so cute. He looked like such a smoke show. I saw photos of him going to it, but I haven't seen any of the happenings there. But he did look good. He reminded me of Eric from Prince Eric from the Little Mermaid. Pedro needs to follow the breadcrumbs I keep leaving towards my vanity. He's trying to stay humble. One MCU scenes had you traumatized or flabbergasted. In my book, Rocket's friends dying in front of him, as well as the Infinity War snap and Tony's sacrifice. For me, definitely Rocket's friends is up there, but definitely the scene with Peter's goodbye when he's being snapped. That one still sits with me pretty good. Also, Tony's little goodbye session as he's checking out was a big one. What are your thoughts on Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, and did he capture your heart in being so adorable and cute? For sure, go check out my reactions. I don't watch award shows, but I like the clips. Chucky versus Annabelle, who you got? In some weird way, probably Chucky. Probably, I don't even know how. But Chucky would find a way with his voodoo. I don't know, it'd be a fun fight, but I would be Team Chucky all the way. We got 2 super chats here. What's up, Cairo? Have you kept up with the hot gossip on the royal family? JK, I don't actually care. To answer your question, though, I have no idea what you're talking about, so that's a big old no. And your other one, does Always Sunny count as a sitcom? If so, I'd say it's my favorite. I don't know. Would you say it's a sitcom? I guess so. I guess technically. I've only seen clips of it. I've never actually sat down and watched Always Sunny. But I assume it's a sitcom, but I could be wrong. I know it doesn't have this typical sitcom format. But, if it counts, it counts. You're going to an awesome con. What are you going to do there? Well, Hayden Christensen is there. So that's the main reason I'm going. There's a couple of other people that I want to see there as well, but that's the main draw is Hayden Christensen's there. So I'm just going to do a day trip to DC and back. Heard a kid call a Kingdom Hearts Keyblade a goddamn Fortnite pickaxe. I cried that night. Huh? What the hell? I don't understand the correlation. I mean, if they ever add Sora to Fortnite, his pickaxe will be a Keyblade, but I don't understand the correlation. But you heard it from some kid, so they probably had no idea what they were talking about anyway. I need The Last of Us Part 2 to make its way to Steam already so I can play it. It still doesn't have a... There's still no PC port for 2, right? Sony wants to make that zombie money. They'll greenlight a Days Gone 2 game and a film adaptation. Film or TV adaptation. I wouldn't hold your breath on them diving that direction, man. But who knows? Who knows? But a PC port of The Last of Us Part 2 definitely is coming, I'm pretty sure. But I can't remember if it has came or not. I thought it did for some reason. Yeah, it definitely has not. Not yet, at least. Random movie concept. I'd love Keanu and Brad Pitt gritty detective movie. Robin Williams and Jim Carrey cat and mouse serial killer movie. Oh, that'd be crazy. That would be interesting. John Wick style zombie movie. You? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd have to think about that a little bit. I'm still stuck on Forrest Ghost Shane. Rick, you can't just be the good guy. Inspector Liv, okay? Not anymore. I'm Rick! I'm not interested in the remake of The Crow, which is sad because it's on my list of all-time favorite comic book movies. The first one is so iconic, man. It's definitely one of my favorite films as well. So like that's when I saw this and the whole idea about it. I was like, God, this, what the? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't look good. Just want to say I love your work and your takes on many things. Keep up the great work, and I hope you're doing well. Well, thank you, Val. I really, really appreciate that. I'm wishing you all the same. Right back at you. Uno Reverse as your icon represents as well. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. If you're checking out, that is. It seemed like a I gotta go post, but if you are, thanks for stopping in and take care of yourself. Humanity knows no greater diss than it's giving Jared Leto vibes. Jared Leto Joker vibes. Very, very true. Also, P.S. Hi! What's up? Mate, do you react to sitcoms often? I know you've done a Friends reaction for the reunion. For the reunion. I did a reaction to the reunion. And I did a reaction to that 90s show when that came back around, but I was just wondering if you've done or plan to do any others. I mean, one of these days, I'm sure I'll get to some of them eventually, but there's no current ones I'm personally interested in. I've had a lot of recommendations provided, and if they win a poll, then I will check them out. Don't know why, but I love Hasbin more than Hell of a Boss. Can't put my finger on why. Episode 2 of Helluva is still my favorite. So far, yes. Episode 2 is still my favorite that I've seen out of the 5 episodes that I've seen so far. But Hasbin just has a focus, a story, and like, I don't know, the characters are more enthralling to me. And there's also a much more hopeful approach that show has overall. And it's got a plot. There's no plot. There's no narrative right now in Hell of a Boss. Like, there's no end goal. There's no drive at the point. It's basically just kind of a sitcom rather than a narrative unfolding story, if that makes sense. Plus, Hasbin's also, by its own nature and design, a musical, whereas Hell of a Boss is just kind of like a sitcom with musical elements here and there. Sometimes we'll have a musical number, but it's not like every episode we're getting one kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I definitely lean more Hasbin. I just don't get messing with movies that don't require it, or is relevant, or a remake to be made, yet they just keep ruining every movie I loved in my childhood. It's a good fucking question. They're just trying to cash in on shit. That's all they're doing. They're like, hey, you remember this? You remember this? Well, how about another one? Give us your money, please. Learned a bit of the One Piece crew nationality. Luffy is Brazilian, Zoro is Japanese, Nami Swedish, and Usopp is African. That he is. Yep. That was Oda's intention, from what I remember reading. Doom Part 2 looks to be a good weekend at the box office, and I'm here for it. I'm so happy that it's doing well with reviewers. Me too. I really wanted it to be a win. I don't need it to be a win. I just wanted it to be. Looking forward with the mullet. Trying to get Rick to find his purpose. A much more granite version. I don't know what you're trying to... I really don't understand the comparison you're trying to make, to be honest, still. Every time I pull up to these weekly streams, I be like Adam arriving to Heaven's meeting where it goes, "What up, baby?" Hell yeah. What's up, Cole? Gargoyles movie is in the works. Is it? Interesting. I know they were working on some kind of Gargoyles project, but I couldn't remember what it was. And Sanji is French, which makes sense. Reminded me of Herschel Season 3 when Rick went pacifist to get him to rise to the person he is. He truly is. Okay, I get you. Okay, that makes sense. What do you think of the first look of that snippet of the Superman suit and the title change? The title change I'm all for, and the suit, the little snippet that we got so far looks good. I like it. I think it looks really good. I've seen people, again, the usual people, taking their digs at it. It's not as inspired as the other thing because it doesn't have the little squigglies on it. It doesn't look alien enough. Man, god damn it, people. Fuck. Prepping for the downfall of streaming services so I can, so I've been buying box sets of shows. The Office, Schitt's Creek, Purchase, X-Files, and Walking Dead 1 through 6 only are next. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be digging into. I'm getting back in the swing of physical media again because Jesus, man, it's been so bad as of late. So many reactors didn't get that Vaggie and Charlie were a couple. I got that they were straight away. I thought it was pretty obvious. Like, I'm sure it was, I was like in the pilot, like, how? No, even in the pilot, I still got those vibes. I don't know how it was so missed. Just because it wasn't, like, overt. I don't know. But I mean, I guess most people, if they did watch the pilot, I guess they just missed that one line from Katie Killjoy about not touching the gays. Like that one little line or whatever. I was like, I mean, I thought that pretty much cemented it. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty obvious. I don't know that I was ever confused. I don't remember ever being confused, but I did see that a lot across some of the reactions that I've seen. Aside, time to bounce, babysitting duty again. Thanks for telling me the episode is available on AMC Plus. I didn't know that. Can't wait to see your reaction and start your rants on Halo Season 1 on Relax. I will do my best and have fun. Relax as much as you can as well. It's pronounced chandelier. They keep throwing Henry Cavill a fan cast for Aegon the Conqueror, but I would love to see Austin Butler in that role and some other Targaryen. I think that would be fun. That'd be fun. Miss Chandelier Bong. I have a... I don't know where it went, but I used to have, like, you know those, like, little name plates that you would put on, like, an office desk? I have one somewhere that says Miss Chandelier Bong on it. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You should give TVD a chance someday. Oh, The Vampire Diaries. It's better even though it's a teen drama. It's a spin-off. Its spin-off, the originals, is amazing though. I mean, who knows? One of these days, maybe. Maybe we'll see. Have I seen Rain? No, I have not. I have not seen Rain. It's good to hear. My standout from the first Dune was Rebecca Ferguson. She continues to be fantastic. She's great in the movie. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's a weak link in the entire film. Not really. Let's see. What Hasbin Hotel character do you think you would get along with the most interest-wise? I think I'd probably get along the most with Serpentius. Probably... Probably Charlie. I would probably... I mean, how could you not get along with Charlie is the one thing. I'm pretty sure everybody could get along with Charlie unless you just hate, like, Joy. But activities-wise, I mean, she's the most down-to-earth, normal out of the rest of the gang. Otherwise, you know, I feel like I could me and Angel would get along quite well. Except, you know, the whole debauchery aspect of it. Like, at least with the substance abuse, necessarily. I wouldn't be able to meet him that way, because that shit just does not work for me. Like, maybe a drink here or there, but I won't be taking anything else. But they're working on that. I'd probably go with Charlie. I mean, honestly, like, she's like the easiest one to get along with, I feel like. Plus her activities and all that kind of stuff, I think we'd have a good time. After seeing Dune 2, I'm never recognizing Austin Butler as Elvis again, and just seeing him as Frayed Rotha. Bro's a calculating, ruthless, high evolutionary Pennywise and Joker. Yeah, he's pretty... Dude, he's... Honestly, and he was on... Hey, dude, Chase the DJ. He was Chase the DJ in Arrow on the CW. And look at this kid now. And people will be like, you're a TV actor's a TV actor. You can't cast TV actors for movies. I've heard that shit said so much. Anytime a CW actor got fan cast in a role for like a movie or something like that. What the fuck? Anyway, shit pisses me off. Hated all the stuff, future stuff in Arrowverse, but like the island I loved. The future stuff was garbage. Gritty Oliver, bearded hair, Barry arc. I do miss some parts, but damn, they could have done so much. Agreed. I'm very of two minds with it, but even through all the bad, I still just miss at least just spending time with the characters and them. Both Steven and Grant have both recently stated they'd be open to reprise their roles as Arrow and the Flash in the new DC EU films. I did see, we know Steven has said that a while back, but he's also been trash talking the DCU and James Gunn as of late. Grant, though, did throw it out there as like, hey, I'd totally be down to come back for the films, which would be cool. I would love that. Let's see, even with the goats? I don't know what this was in reference to. I don't remember what that was in reference to. Stupid question, what happened if Spider-Man and Batman swapped rogues galleries? Do you think Lucifer knows about Imp, and how could he know without watching TV? I'm trying to think. I mean, I think Batman could handle most of Spider-Man's rogues gallery, and vice versa. I really don't think it'd be that difficult for either one of them to really compete against the other. Batman is pretty decked out enough to really kind of do just fine against most of his opponents. Most of his own counterparts are equal to or in the same ballpark as a lot of the people Spider-Man faces off against. I honestly don't think it'd be that big of a difference or that big of a shakeup, but it would be fun to watch. And I doubt Lucifer has any clue that Imp operates at all. Oh, about Thor 4 being better than 2. Even with the goats. Oh, God, that was funny the first 2 times that happened. Every time after that, I wanted to smash my head through a wall. Worst MCU movie, The Eternals, without a doubt. See, that for me is like in the middle somewhere, upper middle for me in my rankings. I really, really liked The Eternals. Haven't seen Shogun yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to try to get caught up at least before episode 4 comes out. But we'll see. What's up, Noober? Doctor Who update this week. A lot of shows to catch up with. Shogun being chief among them. So good. Otherwise, Dune was peak. One of the best sci-fi films of all time. I definitely enjoyed it more than the first half, but I want to watch them both in one go because I feel like you just have to. And like, but if we're like looking at them individually, I do feel like part 2 was substantially better than the first. Got another super chat here. Squish. Whoa, thank you. I was so delighted you picked up Hasbin and Helva. I'm so glad you enjoyed and are enjoying them. It's not a show I can recommend to people easily, so I was stoked when I saw the first video. Hell yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying them. And I can definitely understand that. There's a lot of people in my immediate circles and stuff like that I'm just like, I know I can't recommend this to you. You know, like I have a couple of people in my life definitely like that. But I want to keep talking about it, you know. I'm still singing these songs in the car, driving to appointments, running errands and stuff like that. Like if I don't at least hit a Loser Baby or a More Than Anything on my drive, I'm probably in a bad mood. I'm like in love with this shit right now, man, still. And I'm glad you're here. Thank you for that massive super chat. Really appreciate that. But can't wait for more Helva. We got plenty of that still to go. I've heard the new season's going to be coming back sometime this year. So maybe we'll be caught up before then. If we get a release date on when it's going to come down and I'm still behind, I might try to catch up so I can get catch out the new episode alongside everybody, but we'll just have to kind of play that by ear at least. But yes, I am very much so loving it, especially considering like when Hasbin you know, the first trailer came out or like that, and a couple people were asking me about it, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. What is this? And the week before, I was like, I'll finally watch the trailer. And I was like, oh, well, this looks fun. You know what? Why not? Let's give it a go. And here we are. I'm so glad I didn't put it off, man. Damn. Where are we at? Here we go. Would you revisit the Flash CW? Oh yeah, for sure. Especially the first 3 seasons. Especially the first 3 seasons. I'd rather get along with Angel because I kind of get a little bit dirty-minded and just as mature as Stolas. Yeah, yeah, that's one of the reasons I would definitely get along with Angel is I've got a very gutter-brained mind a lot of the time. So me and Angel, our humor would probably line up quite well, but I'm not as outgoing as Angel is where we might bump into things, you know? It was called Venetian. Yes, thank you. Venetian Aikido. Jodie also did that in her first season. I do remember that. That was one of the few things I was like, oh, dude, that callback. Season 5 has Ross as Geralt of Rivia in that leather, right? Yes. Oh my god. That's great. I'm gonna have to remember that anytime I watch that. Ross cosplaying as Geralt. It's such an iconic scene, too. Was it also the season with the Moist Maker revelation? I believe so, because that's when he, his boss steals the sandwich. He, freaks out about it, throws it away, and then his boss, like, he gets put on that forced leave until he sees, like, an anger management therapist, and they dope him up on all those meds. And then that's when he finds out about Chandler and Monica. My worst / least favorite MCU is Guardians Volume 2. Sorry. I was gonna say I could understand, but I don't know if I can. But that's your opinion. I'm not gonna say anything about it. Recently saw a post asking if Ross and Rachel were on a break or not, which the response was maturing is realizing what Ross did was wrong either way. That is very true. No matter what he did was wrong. Whether they were or were not, his immediate response was not the best one. I'm in the minority of people who will say they were not on a break. Either way, it doesn't matter. But that little like modicum of doubt in my book, he didn't even earn. Like, I will defend that they were not on a break. At least when that happened. Who dares turn thy back on Guardians Volume 2? JK, understandable. I could have switched them up. That you could. You probably did mess up your Iron Mains. That's how Ross lost it, dude. Took a sandwich and didn't even finish it and threw it in the bin. It's just out of order. I don't know what's the worst MCU movie for me, but the third, Ant-Man, was really bad. It's the worst MCU movie for a while now, in my opinion. I can feel you on that one. I can feel you that one. For women's history, who is a woman in history that's just amazing to you that is not related or a teacher? I'm going with Pirate Queen Zhang Yi Sao. She's a badass, man. Brought the West India Trading Company to its knees. Oh yeah, I watched. They did a puppet history on her. Her story's wicked wild, man. I don't know. What about fictional women, or do we want to get women who are real? Oh man. Shit. I'm trying to think who I'd probably go with. There's like, I mean, I probably gotta go with Harriet Tubman, man. That's a big one. But I'm just trying to like weigh in my head. But if we're gonna go fictional, it's definitely Dr. Special Agent Dr. Dana Catherine Scully. Not so much the actress these days, but it would definitely be Scully. But IRL, I would probably have to go with Harriet Tubman in my book. This is the first one that comes to mind, you know, wrestling with a couple of Rosa Parks. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember, and I feel fucking awful about it. And I don't even remember what the achievement was. It was like it was regarding atomics, the atoms and stuff like that. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. One of the first prominent, like, noted female scientists. What was her name? Why am I blanking on it? Oh my god. Anyway. Yes, Mary Curry. Maria Curry, sorry. Thank you. Yes. Yes, thank you. The one whose body is still radioactive. Let's see. Oh man, I really wish Matt Smith was cast as Mr. Fantastic. That would have been a very, very interesting casting choice. I would like to have seen that. However, the Sigma culture taking ownership of Paul Atreides, Duke of Arrakis, is concerning. Gotta say the full name. What? That's a thing? What happened? How? I don't understand this shit, man. Nickelodeon is making the brand new movie called The Thundermans, The Return. You're gonna watch it. I have no idea what that is. So, right now I'm gonna go hold and say, nah. I know people don't mention Phase 4 much for ranking purposes, but I love Mark crying outside of his mom's funeral was among the most heartbreaking stuff. Oh yeah. I have to agree with you on that one. That's a really, really solid moment. Prince Eric, hell yes with that. Pedro looking like he could live rent-free in my head. Doesn't he already though? Always Sunny is definitely a sitcom. I mean, Joan Howard King, Prince Eric. Prince Eric was my first crush. For the show Rescue Me. It sounds familiar, but I haven't seen it. You're gonna do Hayden Christensen? Whoa. If only. That kid made me feel old saying it was a Fortnite pickaxe and not a keyblade. Ah. These damn kids! Isn't Hayden rumored to be voicing Shadow in Sonic the Movie 3? Right. I've heard people say Keanu Reeves. I've heard people say Hayden. I have no idea who is actually going to be doing it. What are you gonna do there? You just saying, Hayden straight after my mind went to the dirty place, but I'd get it. Whoops. Let's see. Gotta go, Omni. Have an awesome week, you beast. Well, thank you. Good vibes. I hope you have a good rest of your week as well. And I don't know if I will have a stream next week or not. It definitely won't be on Saturday because I will be in DC all day. It just depends if I have energy. Sunday, if we'll still do a stream. I do know the weekend after next will be a no-go altogether, but we'll figure it out. We'll I'll make sure to kind of keep everybody posted, so keep an eye on all that. Gillian Anderson in the new Jurassic Park sequel, Jurassic City. Is that the official name now? Is it Jurassic City? I had the bandage on my face where my cousin whacked me with a burning stick. Changed, and my doctor said my skin on my cheek is still raw, and eating is a nightmare, but my sister is trying to cheer me up with cake. That's awful. That sucks. Getting burned is no joke. It's not fun, and right on your face. I hope it doesn't scar, but all things considered, at least you're coming together. Have to go on your Zuko arc. before too long. Have I read any of the Atla books or comics? If so, are they worth it? I'm thinking of reading Kyoshi books, but I don't want to waste my time if they're not worth it. I haven't read them firsthand. I have read about them. I've read the synopsises. I've read like the whole breakdowns of what's happening, but I have not actually sat down and read them firsthand. Remake of The Crow. Hopefully no one dies this time. One would hope. One would hope, that's for sure. Just a message of appreciation and thank you. Well, thank you, Val. I really do appreciate that. I know you don't watch Bollywood in this channel, but would you mind watching a reaction to the movie called Shaitan? Looks awesome. I don't know. Maybe. I always get a little concerned watching a reaction for something I haven't seen because you never know. I mean, I know it's not Bollywood. It's not Bollywood, but I did react to RRR here on the channel, and I'm not opposed to it. There are some Indian cinema that is on our movie poll, but I don't remember. That movie doesn't, I don't think that was one of them, but I don't know. I'm worried about watching the reaction for something that, who knows, maybe one day I'll watch on the channel, you know? Talking of John Wick, considering a 5th film has been confirmed to be in production with Keanu Reeves returning, how do you think they're going to explain him being alive? I believe that was all done for show so that he can be out of the life. That's what I'm going to go with. They buried something, they held services for something, but there was no body actually in there, or the body that was buried just wasn't his. I don't know. That's the best I can go with. Heard about Sweet Baby Inc. getting major backlash for ruining games like Marvel's Spider-Man 2 or Suicide Squad's Kill the Justice League for going woke. I don't know who Sweet Baby Inc. is. I don't know. I don't know. I have not played Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on in there. But anybody complaining about a game going woke or anything going woke, I don't care what you think. Like, if you're throwing that term around like that, I think you're a brain dead idiot. So, like, if your criticism of anything is that it went woke, you can go eat a dick. In the unpleasantest of ways. I used to watch Friends many years ago when it was airing on TV, and there was a lot of reruns every day, and I remember really enjoying the show. I love it. I've seen it beginning to end a little, kind of too many times. Too many times. It's in my top 3 favorite shows of all time, so. But I respect. Respect is all. Money Hungry remakes are the very finest, especially with films like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yeah, that one, oof. And that was made on a budget of pennies. I don't know how much money that movie made, by the way. I'm very curious about that. Because all of it, well, not all of it, but a majority of it would have been profit. While at the con, hopefully somebody will ask Hayden Christensen if the rumors of him possibly voicing Shadow the Hedgehog are true and can be confirmed or debunked. Well, I mean, it won't really be confirmation really one way or the other, because if he's under NDA, he's going to deny it. So he's not going to be able to confirm or deny himself. And if he just flat out denies it, very much so because of any possible NDAs, what he says also could not be taken as truth. Like, look at the whole Andrew Garfield situation. Like, there's not going to be a believable thing one way or the other until it's officially stated who is playing the character, unfortunately. Says Christina says some of the most incomprehensible stuff. Sometimes, yeah. Y'all see the new Mad Max trailer? I couldn't even tell it was Hemsworth. I did see it. And yeah, no, I had no idea that was Chris Hemsworth the first time I watched it. Sadly, my weekend / Mark ain't starting off great. Had to put a kitty down yesterday due to kidney failure. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. But your reactions this week's The Bad Batch episode and Hell of a Boss reaction was a good distraction. I'm glad I can help at least alleviate a little bit of that. But yeah, we've had a couple of people in the community go through that here in the past couple weeks as well, so you're not alone. I know we got some people in the Discord that have had to go through that as well. Janine, most recently, myself, a few months ago, had to do similar thing. So like we all get it. It's never fun, and it never gets easier. Let's see. Would you like to see the character Mr. Clean in a movie? No, I wouldn't. How far is Dune going to go currently? I have book 1 and book 4 plus is bloody awful, and I would love to see book 2 and 3. I don't know. I don't know. I will say it does, open. So like it is, so I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to do. I really don't want to, I don't know at all. There's a black director who wants to do a remake of It's a Wonderful Life. The black person is the lead and showing the person's color struggles. Paraphrasing, not realizing that the original film wasn't about the color of a person's skin. It had to do with the character always putting people first and thinking everyone would be better off without him. I mean, you could do that. I mean, that's a good vehicle to tell that story. But would it then be a remake? I think is that the question. I don't know. I think there's an argument to be made for either one of those options, but you could definitely make that into that kind of story. We've seen that with other things in other mediums before. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like an interesting idea if it's done well. I've never seen the original It's a Wonderful Life. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what it's about, to be honest. I've never seen the movie, but I mean, the idea or the concept doesn't sound off to me. Let's see. What was I doing? I just spaced out. Trying to find where I just clicked off of the thing, and then I scrolled, and then I lost my place in the chat. Here we are. It's just the Snyder Cult people who are mad at everything James Gunn does these days. Hate that tribalism mentality. I'm pretty sure Legacy will be much better than Man of Steel. I hope so, at least. I still really do like Man of Steel. It's got a lot of problems. Yeah, I have a lot of problems and issues with Man of Steel, but for the longest time, it was my favorite DCEU film, despite those problems. But yeah, I am, I don't know. I just hope it's good. I hope it's good at the end of the day. I just want it to be a good Superman movie. Don't judge me, y'all. I saw that, Nick. This keyboard just ain't it. Is it the keyboard, Christina? Is it the keyboard? Or is it something else? Something else. I'm kind of wishing that WB didn't release the Snyder Cut because of all those DC fans writing Snyder like it's no tomorrow. They're not DC fans, but claim they are. They're just Snyder fans. At the end of the day, they are not DC fans. A vast majority of them definitely are not DC fans, but they want to use Snyder and his vision as a I don't know, a vehicle against anything else that is more traditionally DC. I don't know. There's some, again, they're not all the same. They're not all, there's definitely some very strong pushers of the Snyder stuff that are genuinely DC fans at their core, but a vast majority of them, they really don't care. And it shows. We don't need to see a couple kissing and saying I love you to know they're a couple. Exactly. One rule to live and abide by in Hasbin: never say fuck you to the radio demon or else. Very true. Vox Machina shirt and D&D nerds, my beloved. Yes, indeed. I can't wait for season 3 of Vox Machina, man. I really can't. And for season 1 of the Mighty Nine. For the Mighty Nine. It's going to be so much fun, man. I can't wait. Vox Machina has just catapulted itself. It's one of my top 10 favorite shows of all time. I adore it to death. And I can't wait for the next season. I would love to see Henry as Gregor Einstrom, or Eisenhorn. If you know who that is, good. Don't start down the Warhammer 40k rabbit hole. Yeah, I don't know who that character is. I don't know jack shit about Warhammer. Except for the little bit I read about the world and its factions, trying to even start to understand it. I don't know how you're going to make a show about that, but I'm all for it. For me, Dave as Rabba was the weakest link, but it's mainly due to his less screen time. Okay, I was actually about to say that. Batista, right? I was about to say that, but I don't think that's his fault necessarily. So that's one of the reasons I held back saying that. If I had to pick a weak link, it's definitely him, but it's just because the character definitely is underutilized in the movie. So I don't know if I could say that necessarily that's his fault. Charlie Morningstar is too precious for the world, to be honest. Yes, she is. He was Sam in Glee too, right? I don't know Glee characters, and who were we talking about at this point? I googled, ignore me, totally different blonde guy. Fair enough. If you thought about doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I am. I have Integrate and Remake on the channel, if you haven't seen those. And I've recorded the first chapter already. I've got it ready to go. I just haven't posted it yet. But I do have it good to go, so I'm going to be posting that sometime soon. I've only finished the first chapter so far, so I'm going to try to play more of that tonight. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to stream it, because it's been very shitty as of late. Inconsistent, so I don't know. Dude, if you haven't watched it yet, even if you don't react to it, Lisa Frankenstein is all the vibes. So funny, so 80s, and it's a heartfelt story in the end. You'll be hooked at the opening credits. See, I didn't hear about this movie until it was already in theaters. And then I didn't see anything good about it. I'll be honest, this is the first good thing I've heard about this thing. I don't know, one of these days, maybe. Crosshair is the Zuko of Star Wars The Bad Batch, and much like Zuko, he's going to have to work hard to earn back the trust of his family. That is a good comparison. I like that. I like that a lot. It's about Thor 4 being better than 2, yes. By the way, The Sandman is currently filming, and I'm so happy. I can't wait to watch that brilliance after season 1. Dude, I cannot wait for more Sandman. Holy shit, it was so good. To be honest, the weakest links in Dune comes down to how much their screen time is. Yes, that's a better way to put that. Austin Butler was standing, but Chalamet and Ferguson stole the show for me. Yes. Yes. Squish Legend. Eternals for me is top 15 MCU movies, but I agree it should have been a 10-episode TV show. I do think it would be much better as a show than it was a movie, though. I do back that. I already see my Spotify wrapped up. Has been raining my top tunes of the year. I'd be shocked if they're not. Cannot unsee it. Is that not the scene with Ross putting powder on his pants and that shit was good? Yes, powder and lotion, which turned into some sort of paste. In your book, what's the best and worst DCEU movies? Probably the best is James Gunn's Suicide Squad and Blue Beetle, but as for worst, The Flash, Joss Whedon's Justice League for me. So for me, the worst is probably... I think worst is probably... It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But I think it might be either The Flash or Wonder Woman 84 for me. Hell, I even think the Justice League is better than those two films. Best, I personally enjoy Zack Snyder's Justice League more than any of the movies at all. I do really love James Gunn's Suicide Squad. You know, taking the Snyder Cut out of there, I would put that at the top. But I still think I think I like the Snyder Cut more than everything else. It's tough. It's tough. It does come down to James Gunn's Suicide Squad or the Snyder Cut. It's very neck and neck, but since that came out, that dethroned the Suicide Squad movie for me. Because the Suicide Squad movie had dethroned Man of Steel for me initially. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm still gonna stand on that. I'm not like Snyder, like I always say, is 50-50 for me. Always. You never know what you're gonna get. And you never know if you're gonna like it. At least I don't. I never know if I'm gonna like it. I don't ever know if I'm gonna have time, but whatever. But I actually really, really, really liked the Snyder Cut. Agree 'twas not a break. Murray Curry. Yes. Yes. Watched Catherine McNamara's latest movie called Air Force One Down this week. She had a pretty good action scene. Hell yeah. Will Lost be in your poll next time? It was in the last one. Lost wasn't in. It was in the last poll as well, so it will still be in the next one. We won't be doing another TV show poll though until I'm done with Ted Lasso, and then something's going to take that spot. I want a Moon Knight season 2 so freaking bad. Me too. Sandman managed 3 weeks of filming in what was expected to be 5-month shoot. Based on that, when filming restarted, we expect filming to wrap up around the end of March. Where's your second half? Or did I get eaten? I don't see your second half, Nick. I think that got eaten by the chat again. Imagine that I'm Batman phenomenon on a smaller scale, and thank God. It'd be amazing if they got Hayden into House of Dragon. Just hilarious to me. That would be interesting. Oh no, here it is. It was just a small little thing. Sorry. Provided there are no further delays. That was from the article 2 days ago. Well, that's awesome then. And they'll be done pretty soon, and then the rest of it's going to be post-prod for like who knows how long. Said with love, I think we can go a week without a stream. What's up, Mitzi? So next stream will be for sure 323. Yes. The next for sure stream will be 323. And yes, Pedro already does live rent-free in my head and is my future husband. Doesn't know it yet, but it'll happen. Good luck with that, Ginger. Thanks, I know it won't happen, but I can dream. And none of those shots were in fatal spots at John at the end of season 4. At the end of chapter 4. I've seen Gone Girl, starring Rosamund Pike English and Ben Affleck. I haven't. It's one of those movies I really did want to see, but I never got around to it. Watched it for the first time this week, and it's honestly in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Well, that's some high praise. How was Spider-Man 2 woke? The woman is on screen is woke now? I mean, yeah. Vast majority of people will say that these days. But I heard a lot of people saying that because you got to spend too much time with Miles and in his neighborhood and seeing them doing community stuff. Or that you got, some people even like said it because saw some people say it because you had that sequence where you play as, I don't remember her name, but the deaf girl. I don't remember her name, but you had a sequence where you played as her. God forbid we build out the world and characters and show other people of other perspectives. Wait, is it John Wick 5 or Ballerina? John Wick 5. John Wick 5 is what everybody's been talking about. John Wick 5 is in the works, separate from Ballerina. As someone on the radio was whining about things being woke, and the DJ, who was about the same age as the guest, asked them to define what woke is, and the guest bumbled and then shut up, and it was great, as many of them will try and will fail to do. Savage, but also agree. Have you watched Netflix Sonic Prime? It's on my need to watch list. I have not. I haven't had. That's one of those shows that I just do not have the time for it all. For those in the UK, it's Chris Moyles as DJ and Richard Hammond as the guest. Yeah, I'm not getting into them. Let's see. I mean, that's not even the problem. That's always been the case. I mean, that hasn't changed anything. Like, the thing is, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Really, in the grand scheme of things. Because you can take most people's favorite movies from the 80s and 90s, and if they erase that imagination, that memory of having seen it and watched it again today, they'd be bitching about it. You have those people who's like, oh, look at Ellen Ripley, and using that as some kind of like defense about it. No, you 1000% would be bitching about that today. Like, people are just full of shit and just trying to shadow and just gaslight people out of this. It's your own veiled insecurities. You're a little bitch. Get over it. That's all it is. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's not to you, Noober. That's to those people that complain about this shit. And you only want to see people like you on the screen, and anything else is an affront to your existence for some reason, because you're a fragile little piece of shit. Where did I leave off? Let's see. If you want to interview anyone from the Dune Part 2 cast, who would it be? And would it be more hot ones or between two ferns or puppies? It'd probably be a little more hot ones. It definitely wouldn't be between two ferns. That makes me uncomfortable. Even, for a long time, I didn't know that was scripted, and it made me uncomfortable. Lot less so now that I know it's all planned and it's all a bit. But probably more hot ones or puppies. But anyone from Dune 2, I'd probably go with Austin Butler, to be honest. My gosh, we lost another fur baby. Son of a gun, that indeed. You're awesome, dude. Thank you, Jordan. I really do appreciate that. What's up, Meng? What's up? New subscriber here. Love your One Piece anime videos. Excited for you to watch Water 7 Arc and meet one of my favorite antagonists, Rob Lucci. How far off is that from where I'm at? The last Dune movie will be Dune Messiah. After that, it's in the future. It's a totally different story. So Dune 3 will be Dune Messiah, which is epic and batshit crazy. Okay, I see. Then he said he wants to do Messiah, second book, but after that he might throw in the towel. I know he did say that he's got a couple of projects between this and the next Dune as well, so we won't even get that for a while, is something I understand as well. Made a shout out video and added you in the description. Well, thank you, Jordan. You didn't have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. You're my favorite reactor. You seem so lovely. I try. I mean, I don't try. I like to think that I don't put on like a mask or anything like that when I come on here. I'm just trying to be as real as I can be. Now I like play up a couple of things here and now to get a little bit of laugh out of people, because I like making people laugh when I can, or at least smiling when I can. Or just getting a reaction out of people, because I like just being fucking weird. I try my best. What's up, Silverhand? How's your week been? It's been pretty good. Been pretty chill. Well, that's a lie. It definitely has not been chill. Went into default answer mode there for a second. It's been a busy fucking week, but I'm doing okay. I'm just hoping to play more Rebirth this weekend and get more power out of that while I have some time. It's definitely not the keyboard. That was to Christina. Rebirth is a really awesome game. You should check it out. Oh, I'm definitely checking it out. It's one of my favorite. It's Final Fantasy VII. That entire series of games is my favorite, like number 2 game series of all time. So I'm definitely going to be here playing it. Good morning. Do you also try to watch any disturbing films, like a Serbian film, Megan is Missing, Raw, etc.? I don't go out of my way to watch them. There are some, I guess some would consider disturbing that I've seen, but I've not seen any of the ones you've actually listed, though. No one should be watching those films. What did you think of The Ones Who Live, Episode 1? Despite losing a limb, I think we are getting our 3rd Prime Rick era. I hope so. But check out my reaction. Really hyped for Mighty Nine. Their group dynamic will be cool to see animated. I only watched, I think, 3 episodes of that campaign before it got announced they were animating it, and I stopped watching it. What's up, Robe Guy? I'm getting over the flu. How you doing? I'm sorry that you had the flu to begin with, but I'm glad to hear that you're getting over it. I'm doing all right. I'm a little overworked, but right now, trying to pull it together. What is Vox Machina? It's an amazing show, animated as well, also crowdsourced as well, like Hasbin was, but it's a group of voice actors, prominent voice actors, people you probably even know. Actually, some people I know you know, who are friends in real life and had a real-world D&D game that they decided to eventually broadcast to the world, and eventually it got so big that they crowdfunded an animated series based on their campaign, and it got picked up by Amazon, just like Hasbin Hotel, and they are about to be on their 3rd season coming up sometime in the near future, and it is fun. It is hype, it is emotional, and it's an adult animation, much like Hasbin. Just take all the cutesiness, and I mean, there's some cutesy elements to it, but it's very adult oriented, and it's just fun. It's fun. It's a good time. Let's see. What's up, Brandon? I want to be a content creator, but I'm afraid of being on camera. How would you get over being afraid of being on camera? By being on camera. I don't like being on camera as much as anybody else. I don't like being the center of attention in most situations. But for me, I did want to talk about the movies and shows and stuff that I've been wanting to talk about, because eventually, as I got older, it was a lot more difficult to interact or share my thoughts with my friends, and I started getting very pent up about that, and that's what motivated me to make the channel. Was I needed to talk about it to somebody, so I started screaming it at the internet. But for me, being in front of the camera and talking just in general was never something I was very good at, regardless. But eventually you just get used to it. So the only real way to say it is just to do it, rip that band-aid off. It's going to be awkward at first, it's going to be difficult at first, and a lot of it might be saved in the edit, but for the most part, there's no way to get used to it until you do it. By the way, we might get a I wanted to say How to Train Your Dragon, House of the Dragon Season 2 and The Boys Season 4 in June. Oh, really? HBO exec said House of the Dragon Season 2 will be out in the first quarter of this year, both 8 episodes. Damn, that's a lot sooner than I thought. I'd probably make up my own DC superhero character, and then again, I don't know what DC superhero character would you create. That's a tough question. Probably just because it's an easier pocket to kind of craft and cut something out of. I'd probably pick up like just a random Green Lantern and build something out of that. On a happier note, Omega's reunion with Hunter and Wrecker got me crying. It was emotional. I didn't fall into that yet, but it was very sweet. Shocked that they reunited this early in the final season. Right there with you on that one, but I'm enjoying it while it lasts. We're not done yet. WWE has been putting on better storylines than movies and TV shows lately. When did you stop watching wrestling? My parents thought I would grow out of it, but I'm 19 and I'm more interested than ever. I stopped watching it when I was like 7. And again, I'm in my mid-30s, so that was a long time ago. Lisa Frankenstein was decent in my opinion. Catherine Newton was fantastic. For Us in Oz, The Ones Who Lives comes out Monday night, so it's like 34 hours from now. Pretty sure it's 2 days after the US gets it. Because I see clips everywhere in the new episode, and I hate being spoiled. That sucks. The Boruto manga is getting really good. I hope Boruto and Naruto, aka. Oh, okay. Did you have a follow-up to that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I had to retype this. Get together and married and have children. I mean, I do feel like they're setting something up along those lines. I haven't read the latest chapter. I haven't seen the new one yet. Carla Gugino was also in it. Oh, okay. I might check it out for her. Like Man of Steel, it did its own thing and did it well. That being said, Superman isn't the best. Michael Shannon carries that film for me, not dogging Cavill. He was great, but the characterization. Yeah, that's my biggest hang-up with Man of Steel is the characterization. You know, they were barely characters in that movie. A lot of telling, no seeing. Some Change Comics, how you doing? Moral implications of Wonder Woman 84 was iffy, to say the least. Sleeping with a guy who's currently been taken over by your dead ex? Just weird. Agreed. Dislike Snyder's movies a lot, but Justice League was great, both with heart and action. Agreed. Best DCEU movie, I think, was Shazam for me. The worst was Suicide Squad or BVS. Fair enough. Suicide Squad was a contender for the worst for me. Live as in inhabit, not live as in I have a live show, obviously. Oh, that was regarding this comment. I'm new here. I want to ask you, Omni, what your favorite Hasbin Hotel character is and why. Lucifer, because we both have depression and we both put that focus into other things, and he's just a cheerful little short king, and I love him to death. Also love his songs. He's played by Jeremy Jordan. And I just like the entire idea of this version of Lucifer and his struggles, his tribulations, his power, his personality. Everything about him is just so counter to what he's shown as in most depictions. I just really, really, really dig Lucifer. With so many tech firms, layoffs, and the rise of AI, do you think co-op passion project game studios and smaller tech studios might have a chance to rise? I hope so, because seeing all these layoffs just continue is just pissing me off. It's so annoying. Like, I don't understand it. And then they were like, oh, because of our layoffs, we had to cancel this other live service game on an IP we were trying to resurrect as a live service game. And I'm like, fuck you. God. One thing, I'm glad that live service game died. But I'm not happy about the people that got laid off as a result. That's so, like, fuck. I'm so annoyed with the industry right now, man. In so many ways. What do you think of the actor that played Reacher was almost Thor? I did see that, and I'm glad that it played out the way that it played out. I don't know if he would have been great Thor, especially given his comment at the time. At the time, at least. Sadly, there's no more characters left in House of the Dragon for Hayden. Almost all major roles are already done. That's a good point. That is definitely a good point. Hope we get Telltale Games, The Wolf Among Us Season 2 this year. Are they still even making games? I know they got bought out, but I'm not sure. There's a reading comments from the chat. I have an insanely hot take, like Human Torch hot. I saw The Flash while on holiday. It was me and 2 other people in the cinema. Actually didn't hate it. Thought it was decent. I appreciate WW84 because I love the 80s, especially the 84. When I went to see it, I don't get the hate. It's not a great movie, but not awful to my memory. I thought it was laughably entertaining. I got enjoyment out of it. That's why it's not the bottom of my list. But yeah, hey, all power to you. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Anything other than white straight male is woke these days. I don't even find it funny anymore. It's just fucking, it literally irritates the shit out of me to see people talk about shit like that. I can't wait for Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Season 1 Part 2. I don't know what that is. That's a long-ass title. Anyway, I'm just not going to touch on any of the people talking about this. I'm letting that conversation die. Let's see. Have I seen I've seen Aesthetica, a rogue hero. I've seen Naruto, which you know. I've seen Boruto, which you know. The rest of those I have not seen. Let's see. If you're going to need a new long-term show series after Ted Lasso, the Stargate series would be a good shout. It is on the list, but it is, it's all going to be down to the vote. Favorite Hell of a Boss character? Right now, it's probably Moxie. Right now, it's Moxie. We might also get a Bene Gesserit series. Can't wait for that. We'll finally see how insane those women are. Mainly Mother Mayhem. The name's Mother Mayhem. That's probably not a good sign. P.S. They are making a remake of Spice and Wolf this year, I believe in April. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that one is. Who do you think would be the most interesting person to meet from the DCU cast? Not who would you like to meet, but rather who would make for the odd or interesting reaction. My money's on Ezra. Interesting person to meet. Honestly, and it might not even just because of likes or anything like that. I think it would be interesting to just kind of spend a day and hanging out with Henry Cavill. Like, between all of his hobbies, his passions, and all that kind of stuff. Sure, would you maybe probably get into some bad situations with Ezra? Yeah, probably. But, I mean, I think it would be really interesting to kind of dive into a lot of the stuff that he's into. I don't know. I think that would be fun. And that's not just because I would like to hang out with Henry Cavill. I just genuinely think it'd be an interesting afternoon, to say the least. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles all the way. Took me so long to get here. How's it going? What's up, Sean? I mean, I do agree with this, but it's not a movement. It's my problem with the woke movement. It's soulless marketing, and especially the argument of you don't like it because it's woke. No, it's because the intent was diversity and give me a good story. The intent should be diversity. Movies do not have diversity, and haven't for a long time. Stories have been so restricted. Don't get mad that people are intentionally trying to fix that problem. But yes, there should be a good story. Like, you shouldn't just half-ass something like, here's your representation. I hope you like it. We didn't put any effort into it. That's stupid. Does that happen? Yes. Has that happened? Yes. But most of the complaining is literally just because you're seeing people that you don't normally see, and it's pissing people off. Doesn't matter if it's a good story. There's been good stories and people are still getting mad about it. So that is true, but it's also such a false argument to even make. Because even when it's a good story, people are still complaining about the same shit. Like it is. Like, that comment that says the intent being diversity pisses me off, because that's the problem. Because if you don't intend to fix the problem, then the problem will not get fixed. So, rewind. Anyway, the cat ran away, was found, nice lady. I don't know what that comment was. What did you think of the Naked Gun? It was fucking hilarious. By comparison to a lot of the things that we've been watching here on the channel in the last couple of weeks to even months, it has been quite the palate cleanser. Like, there was not like a postscript that was like 10 to 20 minutes long of me breaking down and analyzing this film, because this film was just bonkers ass fun. And I think it'll be an interesting reaction, but it's going to be it's an interesting reaction, to say the least, just because it's just so far off from what we've seen before. Anyway, I feel like those long week vibes. Tax season sucks at my job. I was going to ask what you do, but it might be prying a little too much, but I get that too. Like, when I was working at a desk job, when I was, it was when we were doing IT work. You know, we did college. Like, we did support for multiple different colleges. And around tax season, all the different W-2s to the staff, the tax documents to the students were going out. And people were like, oh shit, I forgot my login. Or you had people that graduated that don't remember their login, or they're graduated and their shit's deactivated. So like every tax season, you got a big old spike in people trying to call in for random shit. Thankfully, most of the time it was easy, but it was just a lot. Whew. I say diversity is bad. It's a good way to do diversity, and a bad way That is true. That is true. Vox Machina makes me think of an adult magical version of Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit. That is a very good description. It is basically fantasy Guardians of the Galaxy. That is a good description of it. What's up, Lisa? How are you doing? Coming up to the end here. What's up with the 8 episodes? I think it's a sweet spot to drag out a story without completely burdening your budget. That's what I think. You know, it's not too short, it's not 6, it's not too long, and it's just enough that you can have the same budget for one of those two, but trying to stretch it out a little bit. You know, while keeping things still akin to a movie, you're able to do a little bit more without overexerting or bloating your budget. That's my theory. I don't really know if there's any other meta reason behind the 8-episode structure, but that's my guess. Might give Vox a go. Especially with the first season, even though I loved it like right out of the gate, like the first 5 episodes, once the Briarwoods show up is I think when it real gets good. But I love the first season. The first 2 episodes are like a 2-parter. So definitely give it a chance. I fucking love it. Feels like half the shows are 8 episodes nowadays. That's true. Wish Vic Mignogna could have his career back so he can be a part of Vox Machina. Vic Mignogna will always be Broly to me. Wish Vic had his career back. Well, I mean, probably shouldn't did some of the stuff that he did, even though I know some of it was accusations. There are some shitty shit that he did do, in fact, but there's no recovery at this point. That's for sure. That I can see. The big thing for me, man, it's Ed Elric. It's like, if I ever hear somebody else voicing Ed Elric, it's just not going to be right. But all things aside, I understand what happened. Anyway, gotta go. Heading to the store with my family. Thanks for the stream and all the love and condolences, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great start to your week. One of 2. Where's the other one? Host Lover 2. Looking forward to next week's The Bad Batch and Hell of a Boss reactions. Take care, everybody. Take it easy, Horse Lover. I hope everything gets easier soon. Really appreciate you stopping in, all things considered. Speaking as a content creator, trial and error is the best thing you can do. You'll put out shit at first, and it'll improve, and always accept criticism. Very, very true. My old videos make me cringe out of my skin, but you gotta start somewhere. Did Morbius come after you because you got a band-aid on your neck? Huh? I don't have a band-aid on my neck. What are you talking about? I'm confused. If you ever watched Gone Girl, I would love to see your reaction. Twists and turns are absolutely insane. Sorry for that. Tag that. Sorry. Tag you were in halfway through Chucky Season 2. I have to say my favorite character is Chucky. Very likable villain. Yes, Chucky is a delightful little scamp, isn't he? All that magical voice work from Brad Dourif carries that character so far. Lucifer is also my favorite character. Alistair is second. Angel's third, probably. It's Lucifer, Angel, Alistair for me, I would say. Angel was my favorite until Lucifer showed up. Did I watch the Goosebumps show on Disney? I've not. I enjoyed the adaptation. Wouldn't mind a season 2. I haven't gone around to that one yet. All this woke BS celebrities should really just keep their viewpoints to themselves. Huh? I don't even know what you're trying to say there. I do feel like if they didn't advertise things the way they did, maybe people would think about it less, but it's even when they don't, it doesn't even matter anymore. Even if you take that equation out of it at all, people are still complaining. So, and I still think if you're complaining about it, you're hiding some kind of issue you're trying to mask behind something else. Anyway, let's see. Do you watch Mr. V's videos? No, I do not. I don't know why his videos are so short. If I were him, I would make him 15-minute videos into 3 separate videos that are 30, 40 minutes long. That's because the algorithm won't push that as much. It's all his channel is purely designed to be as efficient in the algorithm as possible and make the most views and money as possible. So he's got that down.
Hasbin's Lucifer is my favorite Lucifer. Jeremy. Also, Gwendolyn and Sandyman. In Sandyman, Tom Ellis are my favorite Lucifers. So many great Lucifers floating around right now, man. Please do add the originals to your poll. It is also already on the poll. Also is Fringe. Fringe is also on the poll. Did you love or hate Zack Snyder's Watchmen? I haven't watched it since I saw it in the theater. And I did not like it when I saw it for the first time. Like when it came to theaters. When it came out, I didn't like it. I have not watched it since. I don't know if that opinion has changed, but I do not remember liking it at all. Did y'all hear about American Psycho remake? I did hear that they are working on an American Psycho remake. It'll be a danger to society. It potentially, I don't know, man. Right now, it's both potentially a dangerous movie to make, but also a very topical movie to make right now. Especially with this whole alpha male, sigma male bullshit thing floating around in the zeitgeist for the last couple of years. I feel like Ezra would slap me for before I even open my mouth. Moxie is relatable to me because I neglected my first part of my life, and only recently have I broken through that barrier, and I'm doing good now. I'm glad to hear that. Moxie is definitely the coolest underdog of Hell of Bones. I don't know. It helps that it's also Richard Horvitz, you know, for me. Did Peacemaker come after you? Because you got that peace logo. What are you talking about? Sean, what the fuck? Is Supernatural in your poll? It is. He's getting mad. Yeah, I get a little heated here and there. Uses his love. He's useful, loves his wife, and has always pushed through what everyone thinks of him. I'm right there with you on that one. Did you realize Stargate is on the poll? I don't have a Patreon account. Do you play any mobile games? No. I definitely, well, I mean, the closest thing to a mobile game I play not even right now, I used to play was Pokemon Go. I don't really do mobile phone games at all anymore. Would you rather hang out with Batman or Spider-Man? 100% Spider-Man. Much, 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 much more enjoyable to hang around with. Mad, but 10,000% correct. Ding, 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 winner goes on. I don't know if you already read this, but if you could create it, we talked about it earlier, we said a random Green Lantern. Let's see, broke the tension, thank you, Sean. What's your perspective on Skye having two dads, like Charlie, based on Coulson hugging him and the dad getting mad about it? Do you think he'll be bad forever? What do you think? I'm hoping not, but I feel like his cards have been dealt. My prediction is he's not long to be in this world to begin with. I don't think he's going to survive forever. He might have like a Darth Vader moment where he dies or sacrifices himself and in his death finds some semblance of redemption. But I don't know. I don't see him hanging around as like this dual father at all. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, shit, who wouldn't want to spend a day with Henry? He's handcrafted by God! A big hunk of muscle and a massive nerd. I work for the water company, and agreed, Silverhand. Most of my pay was under the table, so I didn't have to deal with a W-2. I do miss those days when I worked, like, unofficially, I guess. When a lot of my bar work, nightclub work was all under the table, and that was nice. That was nice. Bit of it. Would you rather have a Harry Potter wand or a lightsaber? 100% a lightsaber. 100%. What's up, Aiden? Just got done watching Oppenheimer for the third time. Hope you're doing well. I'm finally back home for a while. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. What's up, Judith? Found you through your Hasbin Hotel reactions. Love your videos. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Well, thanks for stopping in. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I am obsessed still to this day with the show. I'm also in the middle of playing Dead Space for the first time. Ooh, that's a fun little play. How's that going? Comparing 7 to 8 90s movies to post-2000 movies are so strange. Like radio stations are all best hits of 70s, 80s, 90s, and blah, blah, blah. Today's longest day ever. You can, though. You still can, though. Let's be honest. Grog looked like Drax and Kratos. That is true. Do you also collect Gundams? I have some, but not many. The only Gundam stuff I have is Gundam Wing. Like I have a Wing Zero box. I think where did I put it? Actually, no. I think it's out in the living room now. I've got two Gundam Wing models I haven't started yet, but it's mostly just Gundam Wing because that's the one I grew up with. It's really one of the. I like Gundam Wing. It's my favorite, hands down. Like I've never seen one better that's caught my attention any more than that. But I don't mind G Gundam, and I thought 08th MS Team was really good, which is also very different. But those were probably my top 3 Gundam related things. Apologies for getting you on that rant. It's really hard to put it into words, but I feel that Hollywood has an abundance of diversity for the sake of look how woke we are, with no integrity. There are some, like I've said, there are some situations where that has been the case. And I think it's really obvious when that is the case. But I feel like we haven't had one of those situations in a long time, and the problem is still there. Like, the fact that we have people complaining about wokeness in the X-Men animated series blows my mind and shows me that literally all they are doing is trying to get attention. It's just, they've created their own money-making machine, and that's all it is. And you have the little sheep who just eat it up and start spewing the same shit. Your little army of sheep parrots all over the place. I'm assuming you already heard that the new Jurassic movie is called Jurassic City. Somebody mentioned that earlier, but I asked for clarification if that was true or not, and didn't really hear anything. My Sharona and girl, you're going to be a woman, soon going to be sung today for the first time? No chance. A lightsaber is a master key for every lock, including doors that aren't meant to be opened. Very true. Where's Jurassic Galaxy? That being said, gotta go. See you for the next stream. And just as a quick reminder, next for sure stream won't be until the 23rd. There may be one next Sunday. I don't know. But as far as it goes, I'm not sure. Nothing wrong with 8 episodes. The Boys is one of the best at it. House of the Dragon is basically dividing the story for season 3 to let story breathe, and Atlas suffered because of it. So it depends on the show. Very true. Very, very, very true. Did you hear about the Naked Gun remake being produced by Seth MacFarlane and starring Liam Neeson? I did. I saw something about Liam Neeson and Naked Gun. I didn't read anything further about that though. Haven't told you yet, but who's your most top and all-time favorite Vox Machina characters? Vax. Vax is my favorite. 100%. Unequivocal. Vax is my favorite character. Season 2 solidified that even more. Like, I got all of the Vox Machina pops, but his was the most I've spent on a pop. That pop was not cheap. And plus, I got a Vax and Vex Hot Toy statues back there. You can barely see. Fuck, can't talk. Vax is 1000% my favorite character. Second, it's tough. But you said top. I'm not gonna go starting a list because then I'm gonna have to think too hard about everybody else. What's up? I'm so sick and tired of people getting canceled. Still angry about losing the Amazing King the Conqueror version because the actor couldn't behave like a human. Oh, I was like, okay, I thought you were getting tired. You're like going to be defending the person that got canceled, but you're tired of people being cancelable. It's like, people just behave. Why are we all being shitheads? That's the comment. I get you there. Because at the end of the day, it ruined it for all of us, not just his career, but everything that we were going to be getting as well as the audience. I get what you're saying, and I agree, man. It's just like, oof. Dude, I'm with you on getting heated over the stupid woke people on the internet. It's kind of the reason why I ghosted social media, the toxic-ish I needed to get away from for my mental health. Yes, that is true. Jurassic City seems to be a cool title unless it's a repeat of the last one, not focusing on the horror rather than copying the Fast and Furious movies. Or focusing on goddamn locusts. Like fucking god, man. Whew. Dominion, dude. That movie irritates the shit out of me. Would you rather fight a Mando or fight a Jedi? I'd probably rather fight a Mandalorian. I feel like I'd have a better chance. I wonder what they're going to do with Fox since the voice of Thordak, Lance Reddick, passed. I mean, they'll probably recast with somebody like Keith David or, what's his name? Kevin Michael Richardson. They have very similar voices, so they might be able to mimic that a lot. I think Keith David is replacing Lance in Destiny 2, if I remember right. Because he was Zavala. He was one of the main people, yeah. Keith David. Because I remember he put out a video announcing his him taking on that role and giving his condolences and all of that. Hope you have a great time next weekend. Hope you upload pics if you meet anyone on Discord. I definitely will. There's a couple of photos I already have scheduled that I'm going to be doing. Hayden, Dean Norris. I was going to say. I'm just going to say Hank and Steve Gomez from Breaking Bad. I'm getting a thing with them. David Yost and Walter Jones, you know, the original Black and Blue Rangers from Power Rangers. And then there was another duo, Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling, is next weekend, so that'll be fun. Please include Afflicted, found footage horror film in your poll. Well, that's for the film poll, so that'd be different. So somebody would need to suggest that over there. I don't think anybody has yet. Have you watched Red and Red 2? I have not. I have not. Somebody will need to add those to the poll. Kind of pissing me off about how Marvel and DC is half-assing and turning around the blame on the fan base, like what Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy does. We need more comic book fans doing DC and Marvel. I'm not sure how the DC and Marvel thing is coming around into this. But that's a little bit of a complicated topic, and I don't have the energy for that right now. But I'm not sure about what the DC Marvel comparison right now. Another thing about becoming a creator, I personally have one on Instagram working on my truck, but you have to just try it and get comfortable with yourself. Good luck, though. Likewise. At the end of the day, you're never really going to know until you start. I need more Judo Master in Peacemaker 2. Let's go. Something I love about The Ones Who Live is that the trailers revealed nothing. There are only 2 shots in all the trailers of Rick and aren't from episode 1, so they're cooking real hard. Hell yeah. That's cool. I don't remember. I didn't watch the trailers at all. What's your rank of the Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. team so far? I mean, Fitz is still my favorite. Fitz is still my favorite character on the team, but it'd probably be Fitz, Coulson, Skye, May. And then I don't know. I'd have to think about from that point forward. Also love Coulson playing angry violin to Skye's real dad, pretty much. This is 1,000 years late, but I work on an office job at a tax firm, which makes singing Loser Baby out loud a little difficult. Understandably. Nothing like coked up dick sucking hoe being a lyric you have to self-censor. That is so true. I'm so glad I work at home now. Got lucky that way. Everyone's saying Darnell and Brick need to reunite in The Ones Who Live, but I need a Rick and Morgan. Can't die. Jones. One thing I forgot to mention last week was that Morgan in Fear the Walking Dead, and his plot armor, he straight up gets double tapped and survives. And after that, he discovers he's immune. What the hell? How the hell? You think we'll get to see Space Godzilla in the Monsterverse movies? Who knows? Probably not, but it's possible. Godzilla use hyperspeed? Doubt it. All the Vox Machina members are good ranking, all is hard. That's very true. Especially Vax having the Raven Wings, saving Scanlan and your champion needs you. Oh, God, so good. Fuck! God, dude. You know, when something's so badass that you just fucking cry, there's so many moments like that in Season 2 for me. No, fight a Jedi. They won't want to kill you, so it's easier to surrender. Fair enough. What's up, James? We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. Dinner's about
ready, if not already. Didn't know Keith was taking over in Destiny. Sick. Yes, yes. Now, what if the Jedi's Anakin, or Luke, or Mace? They might not let you live. Here's my weekly request for Avenger Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Still hopeful that third National Treasure film will be made in the next couple of years. One day, Walking Dead is still around. Yep, we got there's 3 spinoffs still going. Morgan ain't immune. He's shot and his wound was rotting and he was on the verge of death, so walkers left him alone because he smelt like death. All right, we got some debate, so maybe there won't be something like this, huh? Speaking of Monsterverse, can we please get the people who made the Kaiju Aang stuff into the Monsterverse? Let's go. Speaking of, I assume autocorrect, Hasbin Hotel, because I watched that on YouTube. P.S. I love Angel Dust. Dude, autocorrect hates you right now, James. That's hilarious, though. Yes, I loved Hasbin Hotel. It's probably one of my favorite things at the moment. Just finished Zuko Alone. What a banger. Such a sad backstory, but cool ass Lonely Wanderer story as well. Yes, indeed. Angel Bust, my beloved. All down for that Angel Bust, you know? That good old chest floof. Hope you have a good weekend. You as well, Silverhand. Kind of jealous you're going to meet Hayden. Freaking Anakin. The week after, at Richmond, Ian McDermott, the Emperor, is there. Mildly irritated that 2 cons, only a few hours apart, and 1 week apart, that they couldn't somehow schedule them at the same con. Sucks, but still. So it's Hayden 1 week, and then the next weekend I get to go see Katie Sackhoff and Ian McDermott, and that's going to be hopefully fun. Crushing them since Attack of the Clones. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. What's up, Peppy? Getting ready for Umbrella Academy final chapter. Dude, I can't wait, and I'm not going to be happy to say goodbye to that show, man. Whew. To be honest, I hope they don't sing Leaves from the Vine in Season 2 in replacement for Mako. Even refused to sing it out of respect for him. I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like they aren't going to do the Tales of Ba Sing Se. I think it's just going to be as easy as that. I mean, Tales from the Vine was done as an instrumental in this season. So I don't think we're going to have that moment. Cobra Kai, will Jaden Smith be in Season 6? I doubt it, but maybe in the movie. Maybe in the movie. Lord have mercy, I'm about to angel bust! Love him so much, likewise. So basically, The Walking Dead will never die, so as long as there's a BFF remake, I'll hate. You can joke about it, still pumping shows out. Oh yeah, it'll be a while before AMC ever lets that shit die, man. Dude, I can't wait. Anyway, let's see. Close enough. Alright guys, I'm gonna get some dinner. Hope everybody has a great week. Enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna try, if I can, to maybe stream some Final Fantasy throughout the weekend, if possible. But depending on the internet, I may have to pre-record all of that. Episode 1, I'm probably going to just go ahead and post after this. So that'll go ahead and be up here soon. But thanks for stopping in, everybody. I'll see you all maybe next Sunday. But definitely we'll be back again for the 23rd. So have fun. If you're in the DC area or Richmond in the next subsequent weeks, you know, again, I'll be at AwesomeCon for 1 day, for Saturday. And I'll be at Richmond for GalaxyCon all 3 days. So, just saying. Anyway,